Hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the webinar. And if you can see my screen, or actually uh, Paco Lacia's screen, let me know in the question or chat box in the GoToWebinar control panel. So you should be able to see my screen. You'll be looking at a couple of headshots of these guys, how to master lead conversion. So let me know if we are good to go. Yeah, awesome. George, excellent. George, Kathy, Nancy, awesome. Thomas, good to see everybody. So can you guys all see my screen? Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Looks like people are coming. Hey, Vince,
Yep. Yep.
can you see people responding to I see people having questions, but I can't see.
No, I can't see any responses. Let me see.
Give me 1 second here.
No. I can
Yeah.
see your questions. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see you typing to everybody.
All right. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Got it. Okay. Yep. They are ugly. Sorry about that, guys. George. All right. Awesome. So we can see it. Let me just pop out that so I can keep track of that. Perfect. All right. Paco, Alex, you guys ready to go?
We
Yes.
are. I am.
All right. All right, everybody. Welcome to the webinar today, and a webinar on how to master lead conversion. Paco has been a client of ours for a long time of Listings to Leads. Alex as well, a longtime client. Both of these guys are awesome guys. They approached us a couple of weeks ago about doing a webinar related to making sure that agents know how Listings to Leads, Wise Agent, Keeping Current Matters, and BombBomb can all work together. So many times we get these programs like Listings to Leads and Wise Agent. We don't use them, we don't connect them because we just don't know how to do it, and so it never gets done. So anyways, Paco, you guys take it over. I can't wait to for you guys to share the successes that you're having in your own business with this, but also in your helping out other agents set up all these tools together. So I'll let you guys take over and we'll go from there.
All right. I appreciate it, Scott. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming on this call. Yeah, like Scott said, just a little background on this is this came about because me and Alex are coaches, and some of our students had a lot of challenges with the multiple tools that realtors are sold. And because of that, they went ahead and they would have issues with how this worked. They were overwhelmed to begin with, and this kind of came about that. So this is where all this came from. So let's get this started. All right. The biggest issue that we see with realtors is the foundation. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this. We get our license, we go out there, we want to make money right away. We build no foundation. We're more interested in going out there and getting these listings, getting these escrows, and getting paid. Well, because of that, what ends up happening is that sooner or later, we start going into the cycle of making money, no making money, making money, no making money. And is it because we're bad realtors? No, it's just because we were never taught or never knew how to build a foundation. And that's kind of what we want to talk about today. So I call this the realtor death cycle. And let me see, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So we're energetic, we're excited, we start prospecting, go knock on doors, go make phone calls, go talk to your sphere of influence, go talk to everybody you know, and we start to get escrows. And we get excited and we got these escrows, and well, now we got to close them because we have to make money. So what do we stop doing? We stop prospecting because we're too busy closing to make, and we got to make money. So we no longer prospect. We no longer do the activities that feed us long term. And so since we don't prospect anymore, our escrows close, and now we have no escrows. And now it's like, uh-oh, here we go again. So now we start it up again, and we go and we go and we go, and it's a cycle. And what ends up happening at the end of all this cycle is what? Burnout. We've all been there. We get burned out trying to close. And because of that, it just creates an issue, and it's not long term. There's no way we can keep doing this. And that's because a lack of foundation. I call this a high-hanging fruit zone and the low-hanging fruit zone. So what I want to do is paint a picture of what I think most realtors do versus long-term what most realtors should be doing. Low-hanging fruit, I'd like to buy and sell in the next 90 days. Low-hanging fruit, client, friend, relative calls you up and says, I want to sell my house or I want to buy. It's right there. Don't have to do much for it. You just pick it and go. The high-hanging fruit, though, is the one long-term that is always going to feed us. But that one takes cultivation. Hey, Paco, I want to sell my house next year. Perfect. Hopefully, I'll remember to call you next year. Maybe I have a reminder. Maybe I have a CRM that I barely even use that, and I put your name in there. High-hanging fruit requires cultivation, and cultivation means emails, text message, reminders, videos. It means keeping in front of them over the next year to make sure that when they're ready to sell or buy, you're the person they call. How many times has somebody told us they want to buy or sell? We forgot to contact them, and then a year down the road, you find out they used another realtor. It's the most frustrating thing. Why? Did we not want that business? No, because we are not set up to go after that high-hanging fruit because of the lack of foundation. So simply put, what I did was, what we did is we came up with the 4 pillars of success that I look at it. You need a CRM. You need a video platform. You need content. CRM, video content. Sorry about that, guy. My screen's here. And you need some kind of landing page. Oh, my apologies. And you need some kind of landing page. And to me, this came over years of coaching and doing it ourselves within our own brokerage on what we needed. Landing pages are obvious. When we get leads or we promote something, we need to send them somewhere. We don't want to send them to our website because that's just a generic website, right? We need a CRM. We use Wise Agent as a way to input their information, capture it, and constantly remind them who we are, what we do, and all of that. We need a video platform because everybody does videos now. I mean, the reality is I rather watch a video than read an article. I just rather push play than actually sit down, open the article, and read it. And that is a big percentage of our world, of our clients, especially millennials. And we need content, and we use Keeping Current Matters. Now, when it comes to content, the biggest issue we face is what do we say? What do we say? I know you're saying to do videos, but what do I say? And Keeping Current Matters is a company that actually gives us a lot of that content. So these are what we call the 4 pillars of success. And I'm going to go into each one of them individually, show you how easy they are to use, and then I'm going to pass it to my counterpart, Alex, who's going to put it all together and show you how you take a content, record a video, put it on a landing page, and then have the CRM capture everything and automatically start market to them. So we want to create a landing page. We get a listing, right? And this listing they want to sell, and we sign the contract. Well, we want to be able to pre-market that house. We want to be able to get clients from it. It frustrates me when I hear people telling me I got a listing, I listed it, and I sold it within 2 days for X amount of money. That's great, but you got no marketing use out of it. Are you going to be able to say that you sold it in 2 days? Absolutely. Love it. But we want to be able to pre-market these houses. We want to be able to do coming soon ads. We want to be able to do this. And Listings to Leads does it very easy. As simply as choosing the listing that we could pull directly from our MLS, pulling the listing, adding the information that we want, the basic information that we want, and then it automatically creates a landing page. So I tell my agents in my office that it's very simple. It's as simple as putting the MLS in there, uploading the pictures, and putting the description, and then it creates a landing page. And this is what we do to push pre-market through social media or any other means we need the actual listing itself before it hits the market. Now, obviously, Listings to Leads offers you a coming soon, just listed. So there's different things that you could put on there, but the key is to use the landing pages to promote the property itself. Remember, guys, it's about how many eyeballs you can get to that property. All right, so now let's assume we want to go after the buyers. We want to offer a home valuation. We want to be able to talk to them about how much is your home worth. It's also as simple as creating something where you go in and again, through listings to leads, they already have a preset landing page that you just go in. All you have to do is edit the text to put your city in there. And that's it. What's your home worth? Now you can put what's your home worth in Riverside or in San Francisco or whatever it may be. They click on this, and this is what they see. They type in, they get their value estimate. Now, what's important about this is it's already done for you. It is literally 90% of it is done for you. But what happens is we create these landing pages, we put them out there, and then when somebody clicks on it, do we respond? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it takes us a while to respond. Maybe we respond once and we forget about it. I know a lot of people who are proud to say they have hundreds and hundreds of leads from these landing pages, but their conversion is not there because their follow-up is not there. And that's what we're going to talk about next. So how do we set up the listings to leads landing pages to communicate with your CRM? Well, I already said I use Wise Agent. So I go literally into my profile. I click on CRM integration. I click on Wise Agent and I put my username. It is as simple as that to set it up for now that any landing page I use through listings to leads to automatically be pushed to my CRM, which then will do all the follow-up marketing, text messages, emails, videos, everything. 1, 2, 3. It is so important that this happens because if you don't have this piece, your follow-up, which is where all the money is going to be irrelevant. It's not going to be there. So I want to make sure you guys understand that L2L and the CRMs, most of them, talk very easily if we set them up. So this is an example of a set of what it looks on our end. So I created that landing page. Somebody went in and typed in their information. It automatically loaded. To the left, you'll see contact list, a Delgado. It automatically loads it. It automatically loads the category on my CRM. And why is that important to me? When I get a lead, I want to know what kind of lead is it. Is it a buyer? Is it a seller? Are they looking to buy today? Are they looking to buy tomorrow? Are they looking to sell today or tomorrow? I need to know that. And then it also puts the source. So I know it's an online lead because I treat online leads with my drip campaigns completely different than somebody who refers it to me. So the lead comes in, it goes into my CRM, it automatically sends me an email. There's an example on the right of an email. And the middle screen where he said recent leads, my CRM Wise Agent automatically tells me, hey, a minute ago you just got a new lead, call them. There is no human way for you to miss that you got a lead. But again, if I don't have a follow-up system, this is only half the process. If I don't have the complete 4 pillars of all this put together, then it's going to end somewhere. So this is good. This is a second step. This is what we want, right? But we got to keep it going. And how do we keep it going? Well, here's another. This is on the automatic lead capture side. This is just a screen that I wanted you guys to see. Again, what I see, the contact list, and on the left is what they see. So this is just another screen that I wanted to show you how the lead capture works. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm sure you do if you've been using listings to leads. You automatically capture information from Facebook now with a little button they have on there, which, by the way, is phenomenal. All right, so let's talk about conversion. Let's talk about the conversion in the follow-up. This is a screenshot of my back end, one of my drip campaigns in my back end. So let's back up. I created a landing page, or I created a how much for my home being sold or for a buyer. I set it up to my CRM. They automatically talk. Well, if a lead comes in, I need to have a system that will follow up and will let me know how to follow up. And this is an example of what one of our systems looks like. It's, you got the intro call, day one, intro text. There's a bomb video that goes out. There's a phone call that's made. We even go into their Facebook. The CRM is only good if you have all the systems to follow up with it. But all the tools are there for you. So it is extremely important when we're talking about the high-hanging fruits that you are reminded what to do, A, and B, you do the least amount as possible. A lot of these steps that are in our drip campaigns, I'd say 75% of them are done automatically. Now, obviously, this part, there's a lot of follow-up because it's a hot lead. So we want to text message them. We want to call them. We want to reach out to them. That is done, obviously, by us or our ISAs. If you see intro video Paco the Realtor, BombBomb automatically sends that out. I don't have to do that. So a lot of these steps are automatic, especially in the beginning. A lot of steps you do have to do yourself, but we know what to do. We know how to do it. We know exactly what to say. So how easy is it now to do the video side of this? So now let's say that, for example, that a lead comes in and you want to shoot a video and you want to send them, you want to say something that, you know, hey, that you want to tell them that you're in an appointment, you can't meet with them or whatever it is. So we use BombBomb, and BombBomb is great. Not only does it have an app where I can do this, the screenshot you're seeing is from my desktop, but there's also an app you could use in case you're on the road. It is shooting a video is as simple as clicking on the video, hitting record a video, and then hitting the red button to record the video. And it's that simple. Saves it onto their platform. Now I have a platform, which is BombBomb, where it stores the video, and I can push out to my ads. I could push out to my Wise Agent CRM. I can then use it to create a landing page, which Alex is going to show you how we tie it all together. Video is very easy, but it's extremely important. And if you guys aren't doing it, you have to do it. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. I hate video. I hate the way I look. I hate the way I sound. I haven't gone to the gym in a while. Whatever it may be. Let me tell you guys something. It doesn't matter. You see you already the way you are. You're already in 3D. They already know what you look like, everything. So video should not be an issue. So another issue we get is, how do we create content? Paco, I don't know what to say. Now, I follow somebody called Gary Vaynerchuk, and he always says document. Don't create content. Document what you already do. So if you're a realtor, you already know what to say. You could, think of every question a client has asked you, write it down, and that's your content. That's what you record. But let's say that's not good enough. Let's say that you're not good at that, or you need something more specific. Well, Keeping Current Matters is a great website that will allow you to pick, whether it's a buyer or seller, different topics, interest rates. For example, here I clicked on seller, and then again, the middle screen is a bunch of options it has. I can pick which infographic I want. I happen to pick the very first one, the impact of monthly housing inventory on home prices. I now have an infographic that I can then take that information, shoot a video, put it out on social media, put it on Facebook, create an ad out of it, and promote it. The number one roadblock that we get when we ask people to do video, other than the way they look, is they don't know what to say. They just get confused with that. Keeping Current Matters makes it so easy for you to go in whenever you're stuck and just pick something and then just talk about it. Now, let's see how all this works. So Alex is going to be showing you how we took something from Keeping Current Matters, created a landing page, recorded a video, and then how it all ties in together and how easy and seamlessly this can work. So Scott, if you can give Alex your screen, we are good. Scott, you there?
I got it. Somebody
Okay.
has background noise. If they can put on mute, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Great. And Tony, wonderful line of request.
Can everybody see this? Frank, can you see this? Can you guys hear me? Just before I start talking about this, I just want to make sure that everybody.
Alex, you're good to go. Sorry about that. I was on mute.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex Codadet, and I'm going to be finishing up this presentation. But before I continue and show you guys how you put all this together, being a real estate coach for a few years now, I've come to a conclusion that one of the things in our industry is not just generating leads, but it's conversion. And that's an area that we lack in and we don't spend enough time on. And I believe that you need to understand conversion before you generate, right? Everybody always talks about, I got this many leads, I have this, I have that, and that's wonderful. But I believe conversion is more important. There was a study that I believe was by NAR that in 2017, there was 5.5 million homes sold, yet there was 85 million leads sold. So if you think about that, whoever has the better conversion is the one that's going to win. All right. So and with me and Paco, like with my wise agent, within the first 10 days, I'm touching them 23 times. Within calling, texting, video going out, email content going out, and mailer if it's a seller. And those mailers are, of course, the listing to leads mailers that we use that are unbelievable and very powerful. So now that, let's say you got your content, right? Let you hear, like, for example, here's a keeping with current matter, the impact of your monthly housing inventory. And a seller wants to know, is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market, or even a buyer? So this is a content that you can use. So here's the content. Now, here we're going to show a video of Frank actually talking about monthly market update. Okay, so here we go.
Hey guys, it's Paco the Realtor. Days on market. What does that mean? Right now, the market is changing. A lot of markets are going up. Some markets are going down. Some markets are plateauing. Where does your market sit? You need to find out. Well, one of the key indicators to that is days on market. How long are your homes staying on the market? Do you know that? Well, click below, figure out how long your days are on market, find out what kind of market your neighborhood is in.
Okay, so you can see that video. Now, there was a great book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, that he said people will do business with you if they know you, like you, and trust you. But when you're on social media or when you're doing digital marketing, unfortunately, these people don't know you, right? But one way that they can feel connected with you is videos. And guys, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for connection, right? It's that video, it's that 20, 30 seconds of you talking that the person on the other side sees you and is able to connect with you, right? Frank was talking about the Gary V. Gary V, he took his father's business from 2 million to 50 million on YouTube because he just kept constantly making videos, and his first videos were terrible. Again, guys, it's not about perfection. It's about connection, and video is very important because people want to see you. They want to see your face, right? So that's why you got to get used to making videos. So let's go to the next slide. Let me see here. Okay, so creating a landing page. So then, you create on listing to leads, you have your custom landing page, you go in there, and then you put something together, including the video that you're going to be able to create this by creating this landing page, including that video, something of you, not just putting on there how much is your house worth, but actually incorporating that video in there. And then you can go ahead and post it on, you can post it on Facebook by paying for it. And you could also do it by doing it on many other platforms also too. But Facebook would probably be one of the good ones to use. So here you got his video. He made the video and he's able to put in the URL of the video in here. And this is the most powerful thing about listing to leads, that you get the content, you get the video, and you're able to incorporate all this inside of your landing pages. And then now you got a landing page. And of course, on the background, you can, if you're, let's say, for example, if you're trying to tailor to a certain city, maybe you can find something that's more relevant to that city and have it behind instead of just homes like this. You can do that. You can put in an image. And then of course you have the video, which gives that that personal connection, that someone is not just seeing, oh, okay, here's another, how much is your home worth, right? But they're actually seeing your face also too, and it makes that much powerful. And then when you send it out, and within a minute of it's being sent out, he gets a lead that comes through on Wise Agent, and when it integrates in Wise Agent, it shows on there that it's listing to leads. And my ISA, when she's going through this and she sees that notification, because we also get a text that a lead just came in from Wise Agent regarding listing to leads, that not only are we following up with them, but if it's a listing, we are sending a letter. And one of the letters that we use is the one that is inside of listing to leads. That is a very powerful letter because it's call to action. It's got the URL, and when they go in there and they want to get a property valuation, it's very powerful. Okay, so you just know that they're in there checking it out. The same thing as a video. When they click on the video, you get a notification from BombBomb. So you want to be able to see who is looking, who is paying attention, so you're able to follow up, because guys, the fortune is in the follow-up, and that's what we're trying to do here. Now here's some testimonial. This is actually one of my students that hired us, and we were able to put the whole system together between the CRM, listing to leads, keeping with current matter, and BombBomb. And not that our agents or not that we cannot do this, it's just that we're busy, right? We have lives. Either we're too busy, we don't have time, we're out there constantly putting out fires, and we never get to this. And we need to understand that your foundation is your CRM. And as long as you have that CRM and you have these 3 other platforms that are very crucial, this is all you need, guys. This is it. That's all you need. Between your content, your video, your landing pages, and your CRM, this is all you need to be able to follow up and be able to convert and close more deals. So here's one of our students that hired us. These guys are already making a ton of money, but just didn't have process and procedures. They did not have the right systems, right? Like Paco was saying earlier, is that, hey, I have students that have had it for a year, they don't even use it. Well, I've had students that, become my coaching students, and they've been doing it for having a CRM for 5 years, and they haven't done anything with it. Because guys, your CRM is not a database. Your CRM is a living, breathing lead conversion machine. I didn't say lead gen, I said lead conversion, right? Wouldn't it be nice that if you had a calendar and your ISA comes in the morning, and on the calendar, right, in your CRM, it tells you who to call, what to tell these people, right? And all the emails that have been sent out and all the people that you need to follow up. I hear so many people saying, well, I come to work, I don't know who to call. I know that I'm supposed to make my calls, but who do I call? Who do I call? Like right now with our students, we've been telling every single one of them, and I started this 3 weeks ago. I said, guys, you need to call your sphere of influence. You got 35 days. This was almost the end of right after Thanksgiving. I said, guys, you got 36 days. Call your past clients, call your sphere of influence. This is a reason for you to call them and say, hey, I just want to call you to say I'm going to be sending you a Christmas card, and I just want to make sure I have all your information, right? Add them. Add all their information, make sure you have it's accurate, right? And also add them to social media. You can do that with Wise Agent. You can enhance it and become friends with them on social media. So when you're out there, you're making your videos, they're watching you, right? Your past clients, your sphere of influence, you are in front of them. You need to constantly be in front of them. Gary Keller said it best. He said, in this world, you agents will, the consumer will remember 2 agents. Are you going to be one of those agents? That's why you need to follow up with them. And I like what Jared James says. He says, until, you're going to get one of the 2 fingers, because I get people that tell me all the time, well, are we annoying them, or, we just keep calling them? Look, you're either going to get one of the 2 fingers, right? You're either going to get the thumbs up or that other one. So I'm not going to tell, right? So hopefully it's going to be thumbs up. You're not bothering them. You need to follow up. Some of our follow-up, we do it for 4 years. We're constantly sending out videos for 4 years, but we do go in and update the videos, but its conversion is something that it does not stop. So here we're going to show you a testimonial on Mark Fee from Texas.
Hi, this is Mark Fee with the Mark Fee team at Liberty Management. We're located in San Antonio, Texas. I hired Alex Coldedat to come in and set up our lead conversion system. He set up our drip campaigns. He set up automated emails, automation for the videos being sent out with related articles. Every day in our calendar, we have a list of people we need to call, texts that need to be sent out, so everything's set up. If not for that, we would be doing our normal method, which would be get a lead, call them a couple times, text them, and then if you don't hear from them, you kind of put them on the side and go to the next lead. Now those leads will no longer be wasted. Instead, they'll be getting video content every month. And so when it comes time for them to buy or sell, they will contact me. Everything is dialed in. The most important thing is lead conversion. Not just the leads, but lead conversion. So if you need help on lead conversion, contact Alex and he will help set you up. Thank you.
So hey, that's Alex, Scott Pierce here.
Yes, yes.
Let me just say something, and this is for everybody who's not doing video yet and who doesn't think they're good looking enough to be on video, is if we had just read a text, we had just read that via text, you know, it doesn't have the same power. You know, now I feel like if I were to call up Mark or if he were to call me up, I would actually already have a connection to him because I just watched him. I get his mannerisms, his personality a little bit. So I'll tell you, as a company and as the leader of Listings to Leads, I've made a huge commitment to try to get into video this coming year because I don't do any video myself out to our clients. And that's a big thing that I'm pushing for us in 2019 as well. So this is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. So yeah, so, you know, video is very important. I've had people that, because when we make our videos, like for example, I have my agents, when they go out to an open house, I go, guys, when you go to an open house, or even my students, when you go to an open house, don't just make a video and say, hey guys, I'm at 123 Main Street, come by and grab some cookies. People don't care about that anymore. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, because they can go to Zillow and get that. So make it a little bit more, give them value, right? So what you can say is start out your thing like, hey guys, what are the 2 ways that higher interest rate will have an impact on you? And then talk about that. And you can get that content from Keeping the Current Matter. Make it a 2-minute video and then say, oh, and by the way, we have an open house. Or you can mention the open house and then give them that value. One of the top videos right now that people are watching is what to do to save money for a down payment, right? You can incorporate that in that video when you're out there for that 2 minutes and no more than 2 minutes, right? Take that video, put it in Facebook, put it in YouTube, right? Who owns YouTube? Google, right? So when people go in and say, you know, ways to save money. So you went out there, because I get students that say, I am going to get overwhelmed. And as a leader, we're supposed to simplify things for people. So as a leader, I tell them, I say, look, let's do 2 birds and 1 stone. Go to your open house. If you're sitting there and you're bored and you feel like you're not getting any clients, be productive. Make a video right there. Make a video right there, right? So I just want you guys to be productive. If you're going to sit there for 3 hours, that is your time to make a video, right? Talk about somebody that just came in and left. Talk about their experience. If they had a question, if they brought up a question, you said, wow, this is just like Paco said, hey, content. If they have a question, you can make a video. It's not silly. People want value. The reason why Gary Vee is worth $200 million is because he makes videos. He's a guru of social media, right? He talks about this all day long. So that's why you want to be on, make videos. You can put them on stories, like stories and Instagram. They're like blogs, right? Like mini blogs, right? And then you can put videos on Instagram. You can put videos on Facebook. Each one has their own way of doing it. So you don't want to put one video and all treat them all the same, because they're not the same, right? But you need to be on social media. You need to understand how powerful social media is, all right? So I'm going to go to the next testimony here. This is another one of our guys. This is Ryan.
online leads and other things come in, now you have a way in the system to follow up with those people. But basically what happens with a lot of agents, right, is you go and you do things backwards. You go and you purchase leads because you want to make more money, not knowing that you need a system in place and some policies and procedures to basically set that up for you. That's what Paco and the coaches helped me do, is basically work my way backwards, right? So I started taking and putting a halt on all of my leads and things coming in, and I made sure that I had the right system set up in order to follow up with those leads moving forward. So that is definitely something I would highly recommend, and why I would always push Paco and his company and these things that they're doing to help convert those leads and getting those systems in place. Because if you don't, you're not going to make it. You're going to fail. You're not going to have a system set up to properly follow up with those people. So I hope that helps. In return, my business has grown tremendously. Even this last year, I hit my goal of 10.1 million, and I'm looking at hitting 12 to 15 next year. And that's all because I got my systems and policies and procedures in place.
All right, so here's another testimony of Ryan. Again, guys, I know I sound like a broken record. I keep repeating myself, but you need to understand conversion before you generate, right? At the NAR, and I believe, Scott, you were there with Paco. At the NAR, there was over 350 companies selling leads, right? But I believe we need to have more companies out there educating and teaching people about conversion. And some people have the time, they'll do it, but some people just won't have the time, and they need to either make the time or hire someone that's able to do it for them. All right.
Well, but let me just say, it's almost like any other product, because, as a company, we use other products as well. So, there's other vendors that we are clients of. And you're exactly right. If you are not the expert, and probably you're not, the idea of putting one product in use properly is pretty hard. But the idea of putting in a couple of products, I think this is where it gets really awesome what you guys are doing. So sorry about interrupting. Go ahead and keep going, Alex.
Actually, every time you interrupt me, you actually energize me. Thank you. So, like, for example, I know there are some of you on here that have a love-and-hate relationship with Zillow. And I get it. I understand, right? But it's like, like Bugs Bunny says, you could either fight them or you can join them. I'm not saying to join anybody. But what I'm saying is that Zillow makes me a lot of money. And you know why? Because of my conversion. Because we do not stop. We will pound them, and we will do everything we can because we're paying money for this. And I was able to bring down, I know there are agents that are spending $250 to $300 per lead with Zillow. We got it down to $49 with Zillow because of our conversion, right? I mean, they're coming soon and everything. Like, for example, I see people doing open house and then they're like, I didn't make any money. I'm like, well, you didn't do it right. You need to do it properly. You need to understand that an open house should have been done a week before, right? You need to do that. That's why, like Paco said, oh, I put the house on the market and I sold it 2 days later. Guys, you guys did justice to yourself, right? Yes, you're marketing your client, but you're also marketing you. You're marketing you. You're marketing your brand. So that's why you got to make sure that when you're doing this, take advantage of it. You understand how powerful listing to lead is. Just that neighborhood letter. When a deal closes and you go and you knock on 50 to 100 homes nearby, you understand how powerful that letter is. That letter has done so much more wonders for me than any postcard. That letter has been that powerful. And I'm not saying that because I'm on this call. I'm saying that because that's the honest to God truth. But you got to take advantage of it. Scott and Vince are giving you guys all these tools, but you need to understand it's like there's so many that you can take advantage of, right? But if just one thing you wanted to, well, there's many things, but the coming soon, you need to take advantage of that, guys. You need to market that property 2 weeks before. You need to market it. But Alex, my photographer, is going to come that Wednesday, and the house is going to go on the market Thursday. Okay, fine. Then the day you went and did that listing presentation, when you step out of the house, take a photo of the home, right? You got your phone, the phones that we have right now, they have a really good quality. Take one photo, right? And just say coming soon. Take advantage of that. For who? For buyers. And it's not just buyers. There are sellers that are also buyers stepping up or down or what have you, and also the letters. But you see here, you see all these companies, there's a lot of companies selling leads, right? There's a ton of them and they're all wonderful. And that's why I'm telling you, they all work, but you need to have converge. You need to be able to understand conversion before you generate. My students, when they get on board with me, I will not move forward until we have their CRM, they're listening to leads, their video, and they're keeping with current matter, everything dialed in. They, for a buyer lead conversion and a seller lead conversion, for each one, they're making 16 videos. Alex, I don't know what to say. Don't worry, I'll send them to you. I send them my videos and I'll show the content. So they'll make a video and then they'll say, hey guys, 3 steps you need, baby steps you need to be able to, to get pre-qualified. Please click on the link below. And then the link below is a keeping with current matter, or on the, because when a lead comes in, not the first video, but the second video is about valuation. And we say, guys, if you want an accurate valuation, we understand there's Zillow, this and that, but for more accurate valuation, please click on the link below. And guess what the link below is, guys? It's a landing page to listing to leads. So when they click on that link below, they punch in their address, right? I already got it. And I don't just send these to these leads, but once in a while, like with Keeping with Current Matter, they have a monthly newsletter. It integrates with BombBomb. So what we do with that one, we go in once a month, we take 2 articles from BombBomb plus our video, whatever, or let's say a landing page from listing to leads, and then we'll send it out to our past clients, right? We send it out to them, they click on it. Then we know we have a reason to pick up the phone and call them. We don't just come and call them and say, hey, how you doing? No, we call them and say, hey, I noticed you want to get a property valuation on this property. Is that correct? Right? So you have a reason to pick up the phone. You need to understand, guys, you need to make everything with an intention. Everything has to be done with intention, not let me just roll the dice and see if this works or if that works. No. And then for 2019, I'm going to tell you right now, double down, triple down on digital marketing and referral marketing. There are many other marketing, but these are the 2 areas. But before you double down, build your foundation. Build your foundation. Make sure you have these 4 tools. This is all you need. So let's go to the next page. So now I know you guys are saying, so now what? I'm confused and overwhelmed. Well, and Frank, if you want to roll in, you can unmute and come in on this. So, like I said, this is something you guys can do, right? If you have the time, you're able to do this. These 4 tools, if you took between Wise Agent, BombBomb, Keeping with Current Matter, and listing to leads, it's less than what, $150, $200 a month. There are companies out there, and there's nothing wrong with them, that charge $1,500 a month for something similar to this. You take these 4, combine it together, and you got everything you need, right? Get this thing dialed in, and you're able to do it. But if you don't have the time, if you're confused, if you don't, you can reach out to us. We can help you set this up. We can do all of this. We can give you all the content. We can build your foundation. But when we do build your foundation, guys, you still need to follow up. And what I mean by that is 75% is going to be automated, but the other 25% is still going to be you picking up the phone and calling, right? Picking up the phone and calling those leads, right? Now, some people, they don't want to talk to you. Fine, text them, right? Text them, right? So you want to make sure you're following up. And the beauty of this is that everything is structured. Everything is dialed in. Like, for example, I work out 6 days a week, guys. I train with my trainer. My trainer gives me my whole workout for the following month, the prior month. So when the following month comes, I know exactly every day what I'm supposed to do. You need to have structure. If you don't, you will never take advantage of the best use of your time. We call it best use of your time, right? You won't. You'll do something and a shiny object will come and then you'll run over there or you'll run over here, right? You need to focus on building your foundation. And these are the 4 tools that we told you about that you need to take advantage of it. And again, with the videos, it's not about perfection. It's about connection. And the way you...
Alex, if I may jump in real quick. Hey guys, everything that Alex pretty much said is what I would have said. But I will say with this, one of the things is I was that individual. I was the individual that had no foundation. I knew what I had to do, but didn't know when to do it. I prospect accidentally if I had nothing else going on. I spent my whole day working 12, 13 hours a day, but not my income didn't reflect it. And it turns out that it's because I was pretty much organized chaos. I was all over the place. We spend so much time putting fires out. You're going to prospect, and then you get a call on an escrow that's going to fall apart, and now you got to work on that, and now you no longer want to prospect. And so all of this that we're talking about, we can honestly say we've been there, and over years we've put all this together. But if you're going to make it long term in this business, and you're tired of being burned out, and you're tired of not going to the next level of income or goal or whatever it is, it's you. As Jared James says, get out of your way. It's you. For me, I had to stop, hire a coach, and have her tell me, you're doing it all wrong. And I had to reinvent myself. And we don't like looking in the mirror and pointing and looking in the mirror and saying we screwed up. I don't look at it that way. Progress, not perfection, right? So we're constantly growing. So my experience has taught me that we are now, a lot of us as realtors are in a place where we're making money, but we know we're not meeting our full potential or income level where we want to be. And it's not because we don't want to. It's not because we're lazy, because we're still working 12, 13 hours a day. It's because we don't have that foundation. So for a lot of us, we know what we want, and we make the goals every year, and we sit down and say, okay, I'm going to make $400,000 this year, and I'm going to do the numbers backwards, and that means I have to call so many people per month, and I have to have so many prospects and so many leads. Well, that's if you get to it. Let's be honest. It's if you get to it. You're going to get to it when you feel like it, and that's the problem. So the key to this whole thing is think like an entrepreneur and stop running your business like a realtor. Realtors are salespeople who run around like chickens with their head cut off looking for the next deal. An entrepreneur thinks long term, builds a foundation, and wants to set up the systems to help them make more money. So that's what I have to say to that. Sorry about that, Alex.
No problem. I like Gary Keller in his book 20 years ago that he wrote. He said you might have a real estate license, but you're in the you're in the marketing business. I would just add to that you are in the marketing, but you better understand conversion. This is the whole. If anything you guys got from this is just please understand that you need to. If you don't have time to master it, you need to really get down conversion. I mean, conversion is everything. Conversion. Right? It's not just about leads. If you able to convert, you're going to be able to make things happen. Now, with me, I have being a coach with Jared James, my team, I call them the Navy SEALs. I have 5 agents, and that's all I want. I have a small boutique in Northern California, and my students, they fly. I actually had one fly from Minnesota to come check out our operation, our ISA, and what have you, and they were pretty impressed. But the guy was already making a ton of money, but he's making $600,000 a year. It's him. His wife is doing the transaction coordinating, and that was it. And I'm like, you must be kidding me. I'm like, you're doing wonderful, but this is not sustainable. You cannot keep doing this. It's not going to happen. And he's a, coach for hockey and with 3 kids. So I say, you need to build a system, guys. Your CRM is your book of business. Your CRM is something that you can sell one day, right? You need to understand, like Paco says, you need to be able to build a business. And what we do, I'm in Northern California, Paco's in Southern California. But what we do is our students or our clients, we built everything for them. They fly in, they check out our operation. We sit with them. We go through everything so they understand that they're up and running. But, like I said, 75% is automated, but that other 25% is still you. And if you do this properly, you're going to be able to convert a lot of business. Scott, is there any questions we need to answer? Anything else?
I want to add one more thing. This isn't for everybody, guys. The best way I can put it is this way. We can build you a car. We could put gas in it, but if you're not willing to drive it, then this is not for you. This is something where it's very active on your end also. I don't want to make it seem like something's done and it's automatic. as Alex said, it's a living thing. So at the end of the day, if you're one of those individuals that like to spend money on things and never use them, then this is probably not for you, because this is going to require as much energy on your side of it than it does on our side of it. So, no, go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, let me just jump in. Scott Pierce here. And Alex, I think, kind of nailed it a little bit earlier because I also see a trainer at the gym. And for years, I would go to the gym. I would kind of dink around a little bit, do a few things and leave, and never had any benefit from it at all, right? Started seeing a trainer a few years ago. And I love it because I don't have to think, right? I just do what he tells me. And then when I'm on my own, I remember what he told me. I just do it. And my gains at the gym have been amazing. Well, let's not get into that, but really good with the trainer. And this is kind of the same thing where it's, even though you might be working with Paco and Alex to set this up, you still got to do the work. But at least now you're not having to think it through all the time. Do I do this? Do I do that? No. If these guys set it up for you, you're still going to do some of the work, but at least now you know what you're doing. Instead of spending your time thinking about what you need to do, you're going to spend your time actually doing it. Does that sum it up, Paco and Alex?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, because we waste so much time thinking about, well, do I do this? Do I do that? It's 90% of our time is wasted thinking like that and worrying and wondering if we're doing it right. And I want to spend more of my time doing it, not thinking about it. And I think that's the benefit of what you guys are doing here for people.
And another thing too, Scott, like you said, as a coach, we started this thing on did you sweat today, right? And I have it on my personal, and I know me and Vince are friends on my personal Facebook page, and it's amazing. I'll go like to my family or friends that I haven't seen in years, and the first thing they see when they see me, like, hey man, did you sweat today? Is like they like it. But the problem is that, and I ask them, I'm like, well, are you working out? They're like, no, I don't know where to start. Right? It's like, okay, well, that's the thing, because they got to think it, right? And it's going to be funny. Well, it's not even funny, but everybody waits till January 1st to join the gym, and then a month later they're gone, right? And I've always said that. I said New Year resolution started yesterday, right? But then you need to have the right people. Like if I'm going to make videos and what have you, I need to understand the product inside and out. And I tell you, Listing to Leads is one of the most powerful products that I've ever used. They're awesome. Vince has been to my office, and they're great. And same as CRM Wise Agent, right? Same as BombBomb. I mean, keeping with current matter. This is it. All of this combined together comes out to about $100 and something a month. That's it. This is all you need to be able to be up and running. But I see people, they get these tools, and then they make themselves feel better by getting the tools, kind of like going to the gym. You go buy all this gears and outfit, but then you never go to the gym. If you're going to do that, it's just not going to work. You need to do your part, but then at least you have a coach and a trainer that will do their part.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. And I think the thing also about coaches is, a lot of times they don't really get into the systems, right? They're coaching about, make your phone calls and do this and that. And I think, like you guys have said already, I need someone to walk me through the systems, So anyways, awesome stuff, guys. Go ahead.
Oh, who are you talking to, Scott? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm done talking. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, I think we're done. I think if you guys have questions, if you guys want to get a hold of us, we have our information out there. Again, it's not for everybody. The way it works is if you have any interests, is you would contact us. We'd have a conversation with you, see where you're at, and see if this is even doable, if it's something that even fits. Like I said, it isn't for everybody. Some people, we've been approached by who we tell them right off the start, like, you're not ready for this because you don't have anything else going on. But our contact information is on there. Feel free to reach out to us. I will set up a time to talk, ask a few questions, and if it's something that we feel works, we'll go in that one direction. If not, we'll let you know what you got to do, and we go from there.
One of the things I'm going to do, I'm recording this video. I'll put it up on our YouTube channel, and then I'm going to put it in the mastermind group, and we can start a thread there. So if anybody that's a client of ours, and you're in our mastermind group, a little bit later today, I'll put the video there, and maybe we can start a thread. So if anybody wants to ask Pac or Alex, they're also in the mastermind group of Listings to Leads. So we'll start a thread once I get the video in the mastermind group. Okay, guys?
That's awesome. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Perfect.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I think Vince wanted to say something. Maybe not. All right, I guess not. All right, anybody else have any questions before we go? Let's see here. Exactly what I needed to hear. Totally reaffirms and consists everything I've been planning and doing. Awesome. So yeah, we're getting. I mean, I think everyone really gets what you guys are talking about, which I really appreciate it. And for everybody here, when Paco contacted me a couple of weeks ago about doing a webinar, like I said at the beginning of this webinar, he's been a long-time client. He's an awesome guy. He's very involved in his local MLS and association. So he's the kind of agent that, you know, has been around. He's got the experience. He knows what he's talking about. And so if you feel like this is something that you would benefit you, and I never say this because it's crap, but if you can get one deal out of this, I think it would make it worth your while into the future, right? Because this is, like he said, this is a foundation on your business. So how many times a month do you get in contact with each lead? What do you guys think on that? So, and I know what kind of lead, but if someone says how many times a month does a lead need to be contacted, or how many times are you contacting them? Do you have an answer for that?
Well,
Yes, I do.
Oh,
You
go
want-
ahead. You go answer.
So the first 10 days is the most crucial. 23 touches for buyers, 25 touches for sellers. And that's between intro, email content, calling, texting, Facebook messaging, and video marketing. So between all of that, 23 times for a buyer, 25 times for a seller within the first 10 days.
And guys,
Awesome.
and it makes a difference. Just real quick to add on that is, you know, if you get a lead, you contact them 23 times and they don't answer the phone. They don't give you either, like Alex said, they didn't give you either finger, so you have no idea what the hell's going on. You don't dump them. Now it goes into a different system that reaches out to them twice a month, which we call the teaser list because we want to tease them until we get one of the fingers.
Yep.
And that
Awesome.
teaser, the one that we use is videos, because they're constantly seeing our videos. They're seeing us with the content below. So guess what, guys? When they click on that video or they click on the content below, we know that they've opened that video. We know they have, right? And we won't call them that minute and say, hey, I just noticed you opened this video, but we know that, and we will call them either the next day or later on that day. But if they click on it, we know.
Awesome. All right, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us. Paco, thank you for taking the time to share your stuff with us. Alex, likewise, really appreciate your time. I know you two are absolutely like busy as all get out. And for everybody else, thank you for joining us today. Again, I'll put the recording of this webinar on our YouTube channel. I'll put it in our Facebook mastermind group. Let's start a thread there with any conversations or questions that you may have for these guys, and we'll go from there with it. So Paco, Alex, thank you so much. Vince, I'm not sure if we lost you, but thank you for joining us as well. And let's see, one more second. Last question. Christopher, do you have the last question before we go? I'll give you about 5 seconds here if we can. Otherwise, we'll just save it for the mastermind group thread. And,
Hey, Scott.
Yes.
Hey, Scott, let me jump in here because you had me muted the whole time. And I just this is the kind of the wrap up, because I talk to so many agents all week long, every day. And these guys have really, what I love about this presentation is they're basically pointing out 4 technologies that you need to implement in 2019. And this is it. And so, yeah, we got to promote this, but you as agents got to pay attention to this, because you all know you're buying all kinds of new fun stuff. You're ignoring all of it. That's kind of what Frank was saying in the beginning. But if you invest in putting these 4 technologies in your business, you will get a lot of return on this. And that's what all ROI is about. And the other thing that I wanted to say, which is what I say to pretty much anybody I talk to, and I usually say this about listings to lead, but Alex and Paco were talking about this as well. It's there isn't a magic pill in this business. I think for some people, they feel like they can drop their credit card and forget about it, and bam, their business is going to grow. And that's actually not true. And then they call me months later and say, oh, I'm paying this company this for that, and it's not really working. There is not a magic pill in this industry. You're going to have to put some work into it. And what Paco and Alex are doing are saying, hey, if you invest in these technologies and you put them in and you put some of your own work in it, your own skin in the game, your business will grow. And I believe that. I know all these platforms that these guys are talking about. I'm sure you guys have all heard of them before, but what we haven't heard before is somebody saying, if you tie them together and you put a process in place, your business will grow. And that's what we all need to know here. And I think that's a great story. Guys, thanks for joining us and pulling us together to do this.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you,
So
Scott
much.
and Vince.
Okay, guys. Thank you.